let's talk about your piece. Tell me about the project. Tell me about how this came about. And I haven't had a whole lot of luck because I was thinking, oh, how cool this project is, because there have been several projects in recent years that have been inspired by different things. And this is one of the few projects that I haven't been able to find other scores. And I was so thrilled to find yours.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. So this was a response project. I had a friend who was going to be playing the Scriabin etudes, which, again, as a former failed pianist, there are a whole lot of notes in the Scriabin etude. And so he asked a few of his composers' friends that he knew back in Cincinnati. I went to grad school at the College Conservatory of Music in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I think I was like one of the last to choose one. I think like he sent me an email and he's like, you need to pick one. I'm like, oops. So the first one was the one that I chose. And as a pianist, again, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to write a decent piano piece. It's something I'm actually afraid of because also a lazy pianist, I want to try playing something that's maybe sight readable, although that's probably not the case for the piece that I wrote that you're going to play. But I was like, all right, I'm going to really absorb the first etude in the set. And there were a hell of a lot of notes. Like I actually did try to play it, like really, I like feeling the piano. I guess that is my instrument, just having like how you dig in, how it fits in your hands. So it's just a lot of notes. And I'm like, well, this is an etude. And I guess I'm supposed to write an etude and something that would be kind of like a commentary, like the opposite of the thickness. And again, like I also have very small hands too. I was like, why don't I create something that's like light and airy compared to like all these chords that Scriabin did, which is like amazing color. I really love Scriabin as a composer. Didn't quite, I don't know, I'd really have to practice that piece, I guess is what I'm saying. And so took the note collection, which was like a lot of black keys. And I thought, maybe we can have a little line that would kind of, whip it up a little bit, just make it light and airy. And so that's how I came up with the response there.
Well, as you're thinking about that piece, one of the things we're asking everybody is, do you have an Easter egg moment in that piece? Is there something that is special, the special place that you want the audience to really get? Or is the Easter egg the whole thing? I mean, what do you think? What did you do?
For this piece, I was just thinking of creating something that's placid, that you can kind of, dare I say, you can sit and relax and tune out, not to your playing, not to my piece, but just there's this line in the left hand that does build and build, and you kind of have to develop a little bit of patience for it. Now, I'm making this sound like this is a hard piece to listen to. I'm saying it's actually not. It's just something you just like let happen and kind of be in the moment. It actually, now I'm thinking back to my piano days because this is like striking up all these memories. I forget which etude, not etude, prelude from the Chopin preludes, where it's in G major, that one. So I remember I was learning that piece in high school and my piano teacher's like, you just have to like float over the keys. And I was thinking like for the audience for this piece, where Carolyn's just doing this and hopefully rotating your wrist. Like I was really nervous. I asked some pianists, I'm like, would that hurt here? And they're like, no, just rotate. I'm like, cool. That means I can play it one day if I practice. But just think of the, this might be something to listen to during COVID times. Just something, just listen through the whole piece, just have patience with it, be in the moment with it. And there's nothing specific in particular to listen to, but just listen to the whole thing and just let it glide.
I love the fact that my first performance back after COVID was at our chapel, and they set up this performance to be a contemplative, kind of relaxed time. And so I just sat and played for 30 minutes. And I had done several of them last year before this hit. And my understanding of contemplation and relaxed, reflective listening is very different than it was back then. I mean, this isn't the time to play the first movement of the Moonlight Sonata. And so it was wonderful that your piece was one of those that I played at the chapel, and it had that effect on the listeners. I had several comments about how it allowed them to be in that space and to hear this sparkling around them and that little melodic motive that keeps going. And yeah, with patience through it. It's just beautiful.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, now I wish I was able to hear it.
Me too.
And I've been there, you know.
We will do it. We will do it. And I'm doing the Scriabin etude first. So
bless you. Little juxtaposition there, which again, to everyone, it's meant to be performed next to each other, or like the sets next to each other, however the performer wishes to perform it. But again, this is my like, I think the muscles in my hand are atrophying. They're just, you know, these two fingers are starting to become one finger again, you know. So
oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else you want to make sure our audience members know about you, about your piece?
Well, I'm just thankful you all came out to the concert. I wish I could be there. I'm there in spirit, absolutely. Hopefully one of these days I can, you know, drive out there, and because I'm close enough. I'm Texas close, as I try to explain people who outside of Texas. And thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy it. Please stay safe, and hopefully we'll meet. I think that's the one thing I want everybody to know.